Hey, how's it going? Ryan here again, class of 2021, answering the next question we've got. Jesse, what are some questions you have not received that we should be asking? That's a good question. It's kind of the old what you don't know about what you don't know, or something like that. So, one thing I would point out is now that we're in late October, early November, so we're looking at spring races. And beyond the whole, are they going to happen, are they not going to happen, whatever, right now they're open for registration. Ironman is planning on doing these events. So you got Ironman Tulsa coming up, you got Ironman Texas coming up, you got, I believe, Oceanside 70.3 that's going to be in April. You got some other April races. You got Galveston 70.3 that's usually in April. You got Ironman Florida 70.3, I believe, in Haines City. That's going to be in April, possibly. So you got these races coming up in April. Now's the time to start getting on board with getting back after it, especially, with the kind of deflation of the 2020 year in the season. If you kind of put on an autopilot, it's time to wake up. Time to get on a good, either an off-season plan, base plan, whatever you do to get ready for the race-specific training. So if you're a seasoned athlete, hopefully at this point in time, you've kind of gotten used to a routine depending on when you're doing your races. So November, December, and January are probably more of a base, more of an off-season, build some base fitness and stuff, so you're not going crazy with volume and workload. Then when you start getting into January, February, March, especially for Ironman Tulsa and Ironman Texas, those are going to be race-specific training. So I looked for about 24 weeks, about 6 months of race-specific training. So you're training for that course and the distance. And before that, you're probably getting 2 to 3 months of good off-season, kind of a base building, whatever you want to call it. So you've got your 2 to 3 months, and then you've got your 6 months of race-specific training. So we're at this point in time, at the time I'm recording this of October 23rd, 2020, now's the time to start kind of finding your off-season programs, whittling down your race-specific programs. So Ironman's really good with that. They've got Final Surge. I've got plans on there for different races. I've got off-season plans. So they're out there. The plans are out there. So if you don't have one, if you're a first-timer and 2021 is going to be your first full Ironman distance race, definitely you should be, especially if you've got a spring or early summer event. Maybe you're looking at Coeur d'Alene, Tulsa, you're looking at Texas. There's a few other events out there. Now's the time you should be starting to get into a rhythm. So you want to be getting into consistency of training and figuring out what days does your best training for bike rides, runs, swims, long runs, long rides. You need to start working that out now. You need to start coordinating if you got to coordinate with family, coordinate around your schedule. Now's the time to start figuring that stuff out because it's only going to ramp up from here. The other thing is nutrition. Right now, I've done other videos and answered other questions about, what should I be eating, calories and carbs and all this other stuff. You can go back and watch some of the videos and answers to those questions, but specifically right now, I would be looking for products that work for you. So going out there and just trying stuff, because guess what? Black Friday, people are going to have a lot of sales. So if you figure out, if it's Base Nutrition, if it's Cliff, if it's, Gatorade, whatever, there's a multitude of stuff out there, goo products, gels and bars, and, everybody's got something, but not everything works for everybody. So you need to start experimenting with products. A lot of places will give you sample packs. So figure it out now. While you're doing your training, maybe you're spending an hour and a half on the trainer and you try some gels or something like that, and then you go for a little brick run just to see how the stomach works. So when Black Friday rolls around and all these people are discounting their products like crazy, you could load up. You could probably get enough to get you through a good training load. Stuff has shelf life. So, if your race is 6 months out, you may not be able to get product that gets you to race day, but you can get a good quantity in your supplies built up. So now's the time to be doing that. And then the other side with Black Friday coming up is gear. What do you need? Do you need wetsuits? Do you need helmets? Do you need tri-kits? Do you need a bike? Now's the time to figure that stuff out and do your research to figure out what do you need and what do you prefer, what brands do you think you want. Like I said, Black Friday, that's the time to start getting after this stuff because after that, it doesn't really get any cheaper. So I'd get on that stuff. So training, get your training plan lined up right now, get your schedule lined up, gear, and nutrition. Start figuring that stuff out now. That way you can cash in on Black Friday and the holiday sales. That would be what I'd recommend, and nobody's really asked about in these question and answers. So hopefully that helps you out. Anything else, put it in the comments, and good luck.